So it's a rainy day here on Godsong Farms, and I'm just taking care of a few things that I can do in the rain. I am down in my original chicken coop that I separated into two different coops, one on the left and one on the right, with an area for their feed and supplies in the center. And in the center is also where I have my brooders for chicks. I have some chicks that I've had here for a while. I'll show you them real quick. They're just about due for some fresh water. This is a heater. It looks like a flat screen TV, but it's a heater that I use in here in conjunction with heat lamps. And I have a thermostat set in the back to monitor the heat. Those chicks I've had for about 3 weeks or more now. These chicks I got today. These came from Rural King in Crossville, Tennessee. And I picked up this heated pet mat and thought I would try it and see how it does for my chicks. And I've got 2 heat lamps on in there, fresh water, and they're all getting situated now. I plan on pouring concrete in here and putting a concrete floor on both sides of the chicken coop to match the concrete floor I have in the center. And I think it's going to make cleanup and a little easier, and hopefully keep down some of the mice, because I don't know if you can tell, but the mice have tunneled all up underneath of that wall and all in the ground out here. Anywhere you have feed, you're going to have mice. There's been a lot of things going on Godsong Farms since the last time we put a video out. Catherine has gotten to where she's not as interested in doing videos, so because she wasn't interested in doing them, I wasn't doing them. But I'm going to try to get back in the habit of putting a few out every now and then. Anyhow, I will take you on a tour of what all we've done around here lately. Hopefully when I go to pour the concrete in my chicken coop, I'll be able to shoot a little video and show you some of that and mixing the concrete. We've got quite a bit of it here. I've got some gutter projects that I've been working on, and I'm going to add a shed roof off of my chicken coop to lengthen it because it's on the back of this building that I'm in right now, and I want to catch the rainwater off the back of this building, and so I'm going to put a roof for my chicken coop going all the way across the back of the building instead of just a portion of it. That way I don't have to get up on the top of the building to up at the roof of the building to put gutter on the building. I can just put it on my chicken coop and the shed roof. Take you up the hill first. We got water flowing in the backyard because of all the rain. And of course I'm walking around and filming in it, so. If you can see the garage there, I've added gutters to both sides of the garage. And I have, on this garage, tied both sets of gutters with 2-inch PVC pipe to an IBC tote that's on the back side of this garage, which after the rain we've had just today, the tote is over full. And I've got to get more totes. These totes come from a company that manufactures liquid smoke. Mom's flower garden that I plant for her. And we've put gravel on this driveway. It's the first time gravel's been put on it probably in 20 years. I've got quite a bit of stuff here in the trailer behind the little lawnmower that I was using when I was doing the gutters. It just hadn't gotten put up yet. And then I have some plants that I bought today that I'm going to take down to the greenhouse and get potted up. I will cut back when I get down to the greenhouse. I cut back early. I've been putting topsoil out on the garden and tilling the garden. Where the stakes are out there, I have two double rows of peas planted. They're getting plenty of water today. Another thing I've done around the property is I've gotten 4 of these Bell & Howell motion sensitive solar lights and mounted them up, and they seem to be working really good. I'm probably gonna buy some more of them. This is the pathway up to my greenhouse. I've got a raised bed planter box on the front of it. I've got lettuces and kales and spinach and celery, as well as flowers planted in it. And then let's go in the greenhouse. This is inside my greenhouse. I have some tomatoes with basil, a pepper plant, some radish, some carrots. These carrots just barely starting to come up now. I watched a video, and I'll have to get the gentleman's name when I go up, that he's from United Kingdom, and He grows carrots in buckets, and I thought I would try growing carrots in buckets. And got some more tomatoes with basil. I got some plant starts. Right now I got a little bit of water in my greenhouse. I've put gravel down on the floor in here. Anyhow, I'm going to plant some of these tomato plants that I bought with basil, because I like to plant tomatoes with basil. They're a good companion plant. They just seem to grow better when you plant the two together. And basil's good to use with tomatoes. So I'm going to plant a few of those in buckets like I've done these others. And I will get back with you in a little bit. Okay, so I just planted up it's called a Devotion DMR. Rutgers Devotion DMR basil and a sun sugar tomato. And that's basically all I do is put it in a bucket and then let it grow. I've got 5 more of them to do. Okay, I just got done potting up a sweet basil and an old German tomato. And I thought I would let y'all know that I do, even though I start a lot of plants, or try to, from seed, I do buy plants. And my new favorite place to buy plants recently has been Johnson Nursery in Cookeville, Tennessee. They have an excellent selection. All of their plants are well cared for, healthy, and they just have a wide variety, and their plants look really good when you buy them. Reasonable price, and I also pick up grow mix and other items there as well. It's just a great place to go and hang out, and even on a rainy day like today, you can go and shop for plants, and you are inside a greenhouse, roof over your head, you're not getting rained on. It's a great way to spend a rainy day and dream about sunny days when you can be in the garden. So I have some company down in the greenhouse. Ginger decided to come down and visit, and Billy came down to give me a hand. I've got the tomatoes finished being planted. I planted my eggplant, and it's sharing a pot currently with Lady Bell red pepper. And then just past those is where I have turnips planted in a pot. Because when you can't go out in the garden and plant turnips, you plant them in a pot. I don't know. I'm just trying it to see how it works. I think now I'm going to try to transplant a few suckers as I de-sucker some tomatoes. So I pulled the suckers off of a few of the tomato plants and potted them up and got them labeled, and we'll see how they turn out. Thanks. That's all for now. Bye.